say that. So I'm going to record starting now. Okay, so recording this session. Do you want to mute your mic, Alicia?
Yeah.
You're just showing up like I'm only talking. I mean, it's fine, but.
Where's my, there.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so use any platform. If Skype is easiest for you, FaceTime, I don't know. I've never recorded on FaceTime, but I've had someone use Skype. Zoom is what I'm using now, just so we could all practice. It's basically the same as Google Hangout. I think it's harder to record on Google Hangout. I couldn't figure it out. So Zoom is literally, I don't know, like I'm just more familiar with this platform. So really you just go to Zoom, make sure, I think you have to have an account to be a host. So you just put your email, password, and then it just shows up and there's just a button at the bottom here that says record. You end the meeting and it'll have it saved as an MP4. So you can do the Skype or video session with your client, save it, and then upload it on to Moodle. If you choose, and I'll send out directions for Google Hangout too, just if anyone would rather use Google, that you can upload just to the Google Drive, since Malone uses Google. Okay. So if you need more clarification, just ask me, but any other platform, upload to Moodle. If you use Google Hangout, you can just submit it through the Drive. Okay. Once it's submitted and you know it's there, you can delete your video to protect the confidentiality of your client. Okay. So video will be submitted that way. The transcript will be submitted under the transcript Dropbox. So hopefully, I understand there's anxiety about videoing and working with somebody to practice these skills, but that should be kind of the easier part, if you will. It's just 15 minutes. So you'll be talking to somebody, just like about a medium level concern or a lighter concern in their life. Nothing huge, just nothing major. If when you are talking to them, anything comes up that you don't feel equipped to handle or there's concerns for safety, of course, contact me. Other than that, limits to confidentiality still apply. Make sure they know, which if they sign the consent form, they'll know that I'm the only one viewing this and it'll be deleted after further grading. So the transcript will be the time-consuming part where you're going to use, sorry, I got a text message. You'll use the format that's under, I think it's under week 4, if you've seen it. There's a transcript sample. Do you all know what I'm talking about? Some of you are nodding. Yeah, so it's not in like the resources, it's actually under like where the information for week 4 is. There's a transcript sample to look at. So literally just putting a box, there's categories of what you're gonna say, the dialogue between you and the client, attending skills. So that's hard since we're on video. I'm going to be lenient with that, obviously, but just so you're making eye contact, you're showing with your face that you're obviously attending what the client's saying, giving those nonverbal cues, nodding, things like that. Next column, I believe, is just reflection of feeling or reflection. So you'll put down if you said, reflection of feeling, reflection of content, a question to probe for content, anything like that. So what your part was, and then the last one is any comments. Like, I think I could have done a better job. That was a really wordy question, or I accidentally asked a closed-ended question and that didn't get me anywhere. Or I did a good reflection of feeling and the client kept talking. So it can just be your own observation of yourself, what went well or what didn't. I'm not looking for each box to be filled the entire time, so just throughout the session that you're noting that you're using the skills. If you have questions anytime, just unmute your mic, just so we're not, constantly cutting people off, but feel free to jump in. So does that make sense so far? Yeah, okay. But yeah, you don't have to have, and sometimes, like, I know it's 15 minutes, it's not a long time, but for the first 5 minutes, it might be a lot of the client explaining what's going on. So that's okay. If you can't demonstrate skills until a little later, I'm just looking for how you demonstrate them and that you kind of know what they are. So don't panic if your client's talking, but you might want to stop, get them, kind of summarize what they're saying, reflect what they're telling you, just to practice those skills. Okay, but I can't really give you a number of what I'm expecting. But that's what that will look like. So make sure you have enough time to do the session, type it out, and give yourself some good critique. And then also the rubric for the grading is under the student course materials, but I think it's pretty straightforward. What else? All right, so that's all I was going to really address as far as that. Oh shoot.
Yeah, I had it break up for like a minute, but you came right back.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go back in. Okay, yeah, try that. So anything I should clarify so far for anybody?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try to get back in.
Yeah, the transcripts were kind of, I think that's what I was most concerned about.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually looked at the format sample.
Yeah.
But
but it's actually probably one of the most helpful things you'll do early on in the program, because it gets you to really realize how often we're using these, fillers, like just not being intentional with our words, and it's going to help us to really hone in on the skills to be intentional.
Definitely.
Yeah. And it also, it says limit use of questions. I know that's kind of natural to want to go to when you're stuck. So of course I'm not going to dock you if you ask a couple of questions, but really try to use the reflection skills and just see how it goes. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Chris is still driving. You have to go to work, Chris? I can't hear you. Oh. Are you headed in?
I'm up and get ready to head in. I'll probably see another 5 minutes and then
Okay. Okay.
Almost 9 o'clock here.
I'm having trouble hearing you. Sorry. Okay. Do you feel confident, Chris? Oh. No one's able to talk to me right now. Alicia, are you on? Okay. If you have to go, that's fine. Just ask me, anything you need to ask at the moment. So far you guys are all doing good with discussions and posts and stuff. So if anyone wanted to do a mock session, we totally can. The whole class isn't really on, but if anyone wants that, there's also the demonstration. I think it was week 2? I can't remember. Or this week. There's a counseling demonstration with Matt or Matthew. Did anybody watch that?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's helpful. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what's expected. So, the other thing, there's no pressure to use any theory or intervention for this first video. Okay, just skills. I think in the last one, you're required to use some sort of, theory and intervention at some point, but not for this one. Don't worry about it. Okay. Your dog?
Yes.
I just see
something out the window.
I just see this. So funny. Oh.
Yeah, I have a Mastiff. She thinks she's going to attack everything. Okay, well, I think I'm good. I feel confident about doing this, so.
I know, sometimes it's just good to touch base and see a person rather than just read it and assume you know what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
I understand, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate this a lot. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, let me know if you need anything else.
I will. Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
All right. Oh. Do you need anything else from me, Chris? Are you? Oh, I can't hear you. You good? You good?
Trying
There
to
you
find the message part so I can put
Ah, okay.
something.
We can talk. No one else is on. It's fine. I just couldn't hear you. Yeah. Oh. Everybody's gone.